Greetings from the engine room. Madame Chancellor Post will be conducting a stability, happiness and wellness quotient this evening at 1900 hours. Citizen residents of Hercula know that the eradication of suffering is paramount for the survival and flourishing of humanity. Penalties for non-compliance will be distributed with zero tolerance. Thank you.
I'd like to take you on a tour of a culture that has grown accustomed to looking at people who are not the same and come to the conclusion that they're evil people doing evil things. The society of Panacea is built by ordinary people doing things that they genuinely believe are good, striving for things that make them secure, comfortable, accepted, guaranteed necessities without struggle. Orwell and Huxley show us that those desires can be tools for manipulation. One of the ideas that kept surfacing while writing this was the observation that people in those stories often protect the things that hurt them the most. Not necessarily because they enjoy the suffering, some of them do, but because those things become indistinguishable from their identities. And like the classic allegories of 1984 and Brave New World, Panacea confronts destructive behaviors within that world. And the reaction isn't always logical. It's emotional. It's usually regarded as not just challenging what they do, it's challenging who they think they are. That doesn't just happen with the individuals in the story. It happens within the culture. They've developed a cognitive dissonance throughout the collective. They can say they value the truth, while the reward for that truth is poison. They can say they value connections with people, while becoming increasingly isolated through technological advancements and the absence of an authentic human connection. And when those contradictions are pointed out, the response is defensive. It's kind of like an addict protecting a harmful habit. A lot of people hear words like dystopia and immediately think of Orwell's 1984. And that influence is definitely there. But Brave New World is just as influential. Orwell imagined a future where truth was controlled through fear. Huxley imagined a future where truth becomes irrelevant because people were too distracted, entertained, or just too comfortable to care. One controlled people through pain, the other controlled people through pleasure. When you look around today, both ideas absolutely feel relevant and timely. Unlike a lot of art centered around these themes, Panacea really isn't about politics. It's about human nature. And the question is whether or not that society willingly participates in its own decline. That's where things make us uncomfortable, because it forces us to ask, would I recognize the problem if it was living inside of me, or would I defend it? The biblical influences on the album are the most important. One of the themes that you'll see in scripture is the human tendency to exchange hard truths for easy and comfortable lies, to seek salvation in leaders, media, pleasure, ideology, technology, pick your poison. These things aren't inherently bad in and of themselves, but any good thing can be made bad when it's abused. And every generation believes that it has discovered the answer, the prescription, the cure that's going to fix everything, the panacea. A panacea is supposed to cure all disease, but what if our prescribed cure is the disease? What if the thing that everyone trusts is the very thing that's making them sick? At its heart, Panacea is a story about people. They're searching for meaning. They're trying to solve real problems. They're making compromises. They accept small lies because big truths feel unpalatable. And eventually, they find themselves waking up in a world that they no longer recognize. You see, apathy toward one's own internal struggles is one of the more insidious threats known to man. It's the moment people stop questioning. the moment that they stop examining themselves. It's the moment that they become emotionally invested in the very things that are harming them. That's what the fall is all about. It's the collapse of self-awareness.